Your fingers hover over the keyboard as another unproductive hour slips away, that report due Friday. Still untouched, the gym bag by the door, gathering dust. This isn't laziness, it is your nervous system going into revolt. Modern work culture created this perfect storm. 1, constant digital interruptions, fragmenting attention spans. 2, sedentary lifestyles disrupting dopamine sensitivity. 3, perfectionism standards no human can realistically meet. But here is what your biology wants you to know. Task avoidance activates the same brain pathways as physical pain. 20 minutes of morning sunlight can reset cortisol rhythms. Cold showers, 30 to 60s, EC boost. Norepinephrine, by 250%. Try this tonight. Place tomorrow as most important task, where you allow see it first thing, no lists. Just one physical reminder. Your primitive brain responds better to tangible cues than abstract plans. The real tragedy isn't unfinished projects, it is the slow erosion of your confidence each time you betray your own intentions. Tomorrow doesn't have to be another day of civil war between what you know and what you do. Your brain is now caught in a vicious loop. The anxiety about the task fuels guilt, and the guilt drives you to procrastinate even more to escape those feelings. Each time you avoid discomfort, you reinforce the neural pathway that teaches your brain running away is the solution. Over time, this isn't just a habit, it becomes part of your identity. Most advice misses the point. Just start or break it down. Doesn't work if the real issue is the emotional resistance, the fear of inadequacy, judgment, or failure. Splitting a task into smaller steps won't make that fear disappear. You're not avoiding the work, you're avoiding how it makes you feel. Here is what actually works. Name the feeling, not the task. Ask, what am I really afraid of? Is it failure? Judgment, uncertainty? Naming it strips away its power. You're no longer running from a vague monster. 2, separate the feeling from the action. Feeling like you LL fail doesn't T mean you will. The task is just the task, the emotion is just the emotion. You can act despite the fear. 3, shrink the task until resistance vanishes. Done, T-commit to finishing. Just open the document, write 1 sentence, work for 2 minutes, make it so small your brain can T-rationalize avoidance. The goal isn't productivity, it is rewiring your response to discomfort. Today, try this, open the task, then pause. Notice the emotion, that is the real work. Your palms get clammy when you open that overdue project file. That acidic knot in your stomach isn't laziness, it is your amygdala hijacking your prefrontal cortex. Modern work culture weaponized this biological glitch. We're expected to function like machines, while our Stone Age brains still equate uncertainty with saber-toothed tiger attacks. Here is the dirty secret: your procrastination isn't broken, it is working exactly as evolution designed. That resistance you feel, it is your nervous system's ancient threat detection system misfiring. Studies show the brain processes ambiguous tasks as physical pain. The same neural pathways light up during both experiences. Your body isn't failing you, it is following 200,000-year-old survival protocols. But your cells hold the reset button. When Duke researchers monitored chronic procrastinators, they found a 23% cortisol drop after subjects simply wrote down their fears about the task. The act of naming the threat signals safety to your limbic system. Your mitochondria, those tiny power plants in every cell, actually change energy output based on perceived stress levels. That afternoon slump where you scroll instead of work, that is your cellular energy economy, rationing fuel. Try this biohack right now. Set a timer for 90 seconds. Breathe in through your nose for 4 counts, hold for 7, exhale for 8. This isn't woo-woo, it triggers your vagus nerve to switch from fight or flight to rest and digest mode. Your cells literally reinterpret the chemical environment. That unfinished presentation stops being a threat and becomes just photons on a screen. The industrial world wants you to believe willpower is the answer. It is not. Your biology follows different rules. Tomorrow when resistance hits, place 1 hand on your sternum. Feel your heartbeat. That rhythm survived ice ages and famines. It knows how to persist. Your job isn't to conquer procrastination. It is to reassure your cells that opening an Excel sheet won't kill you. Tonight, try this. Before bed, write 1 sentence about what scares you about tomorrow's hardest task. Not solutions, just the raw fear. Watch how your morning self reacts differently. Your cells have been waiting for this conversation. That knot in your stomach when you open your calendar isn't laziness. It is your nervous system screaming about perceived threats. Modern work culture weaponizes our biological fear circuits, turning spreadsheets into survival scenarios. Your amygdala doesn't know PowerPoint from predators. The industrial world runs on manufactured urgency. Constant notifications hijack dopamine pathways meant for finding berries, not answering Slack messages. Your prefrontal cortex, the rational planner, gets overridden by ancient limbic alarms shouting, "This could ruin everything." But here is what blood tests show: cortisol spikes, From work stress, mirror hunter-gatherer panic responses, your body can't distinguish between a missed deadline and a tiger attack. The same inflammatory markers rise. Yet, unlike our ancestors, you don't get to fight, flee, or complete the stress cycle. The tension stays trapped. Your cells still have the hardware for resilience. Every time you face discomfort without catastrophe, myelin sheaths thicken around neural pathways. It is not about eliminating fear. It is about upgrading your relationship with unease. Like calluses forming where friction repeats. Try this tonight. Set a timer for 90 seconds. When resistance hits, breathe into the physical sensations, racing heart, clenched jaw, without judging or fixing. That is how you rewrite the somatic script. Your vagus nerve will thank you tomorrow when dread appears, whisper, "This feels like dying, but it is just chemistry." Then move anyway, not toward perfection, toward proof. One reader wrote, "I started calling my resistance Steves. Now, when he shows up, I say, 'Oh, hey, Steve, making drama again.'" Takes his power away. Try naming yours. Don't wait for motivation to strike. It won't. The secret isn't doing it well, just doing it at all. Open the document, write one word. Send that email, make the call. That is it. Notice what happens next. The world doesn't end. You're still breathing, the discomfort. Unpleasant, but not fatal. Do it again tomorrow. Not because it is easy, but because it is possible. You're not aiming to become someone who never procrastinates, just someone who starts despite the fear. Someone who can sit with the discomfort long enough to do what matters. That is who you're becoming, one shaky step at a time. Procrastination isn't the enemy. Avoidance is. The shame, the belief you're broken, lies. You're not broken. You're scared, and fear isn't weakness. It is proof you care. Name the fear, sit with it, then act anyway. Not perfectly, not effortlessly, just act. Because on the other side of that discomfort, everything you've been avoiding, your goals, your growth, your life, it is waiting. Start now, one tiny terrifying step. Tell me, what is your one thing today? Name it in your head, then go.